Hello everybody, my name is Stephen Peterson. Today I'll be presenting on a article called Computer Security Incident Response, Team Effectiveness, a Needs Assessment. It is by Rick Van Der Kleja, Geert Kleinhuis, and Heather Young. There we go. That's the wrong button. If I can get this thing going back. There we go. Alright, so the introduction. Alright, CSIRTs stands for Computer Security Incident Response Teams. Computer Security Incident Response Teams respond to computer security incidents. Failure to do so can lead to far-reaching effects for the economy and national security. Computer Security Incident Response Teams often work on an ad-hoc basis, meaning close cooperation with other teams. What is a needs assessment? Alright, so a need assessment is a systematic process for determining and addressing gaps between current results and desired results. The discrepancy between the current and wanted condition must be measured to appropriately identify the need. But why are we using a needs assessment? A needs assessment was constructed to identify the gaps between current and desired handling practice, along with providing directions for future research and development for improving the effectiveness of team performance in incident response. So what is our goal? The goal of this project is to assist in identifying areas that require improvement in responding to computer security incidents by response teams, and also to find potential solutions to the problem with performance in incident response. So the big problem in this paper is how well the computer security incident response team's ability is to handle the computer security incident, along with finding and noting ways to prevent future errors with incidents. Right, some methods. So they constructed a needs assessment model consisting of 4 assessment categories, which was organization needs, which are incident handling or tangible outcomes. Team needs is the level of the team's performance required to perform or carry out the incident and take care of it. The individual needs is the individual's attitude about the organization or himself. The instrumental needs is the products or the tools required to obtain the satisfactory level of the functioning. So they did this by gathering information from using a multi-method triangulation technique, which relied on their literature review and their surveys. So onto the literature review. The first step was to search relevant journal databases and the web for identification of relevant articles. So they used Google Scholar, the search engine, and Scopus library database to get published content. The second step was to use backward reference searching. They performed on the citations for the article that were identified in the first step. And their last step was forward reference searching. They used that to identify the article citing the key articles in the previous steps. So the library database search, the web search, and the reference searching resulted in 31 relevant contributions. They also used, furthermore, a selection of Dutch public and private cybersecurity organizations were contacted to participate in the interview. So into the interview, it was 5 semi-structured interviews with senior management of public and private sector computer security incident report teams. They used questions about challenges in incident handling that were identified in the content in the library database and other sources. And each interview took about 2 hours, and all subjects gave written informed consent to use their answers. So the results. Alright, so with the results, with the organization, the interviews made it clear that sharing information is not as easy as one might think. The 4 key things that they found that they needed was better coordination and sharing information with outside parties, organization and incident learning, better measuring and the effectiveness of incident handling, and better collaboration, solving skills. Now the team performance needs. Cyber incident handling errors more often occur during shift or information handoffs. So say I work 2 to 10 and the person who comes in next to me, I hand off what I've done to them. Now it's on them to continue what I've done. So I have to make sure that I inform him of everything I did and how I think he should go with this, so he's not just given something that he doesn't know much about because I did all the work. So the four key things with team performance is better information sharing and decision making across personal shifts and handoffs. Let's need better ways of working with larger system consisting of multiple interactive teams. Also, keeping everyone informed and staying informed, especially when working distributed. Lastly, shared team knowledge, information about each member's roles, tasks should be improved. Now to the individual needs. Computer security incident response teams' work is mostly individual until a non-routine or an unfamiliar incident occurs. When that happens, that's when we have to use our teams to find a way to stop the incident. So the four key things they thought that needs to be improved with individuals is getting and retaining good skilled personnel and acquiring relevant competences. Secondly, deciding on when to escalate an incident. Thirdly, ethical and legal aspects of the work. And lastly, better dealing with workload variations, managing peaks and underload. Now with the instrumental needs, which is your tools. From the interviews, it became clear that the computer security incident report teams have various technical tools to mitigate a wide variety of cybersecurity incidents. Firstly, estimating the initial impact and risk of cybersecurity incidents is one of the needs they need to improve. Secondly, needs for better interpersonal communication tools. Thirdly, providing good and structured reports of incidents. And lastly, creating useful overviews at any particular point in time for a different audience. Now to conclude, a general finding from the interviews is that there is a great deal of variability in issues that computer science incident report teams face in the desires for better team performance. At the same time, it became evident to us that no two computer science incident report teams are alike. So in conclusion, the literature review and interviews revealed several gaps, justifying our claim that CSIRTs are at risk to run into problems and that performance could be improved. And there's my reference. Thank you.